The confirmed number of coronavirus cases in Los Angeles County comes to 1,223,791. The confirmed number of deaths reaches 23,388. Here in Torrance, the total number of confirmed cases is 7,088, with total confirmed deaths at 203. Welcome to COVID-19 Today. I'm Ben McCain. It's 4 p.m. on Thursday, April 8th. Good news for vaccine seekers, as one site welcomed any adult willing to stand in line to receive the COVID-19 vaccine without an appointment. From now through Sunday, the Cal State LA's mass vaccination site is allowing anyone 18 and older to get the vaccination, nearly a week ahead of the state's April 15th deadline, or the April 15th date. California's Office of Emergency Services announced last night that they would allow this change as they have been more than enough doses available at the Cal State LA site. Officials say thousands of appointment slots have gone unbooked by eligible people through the My Turn registration website. As a result, vaccinators at the site have been allowed to inoculate adults walking up to the site without an appointment, including those outside the eligibility criteria. The vaccination center at Cal State LA is administering the one-dose Johnson & Johnson vaccine. The center is operated by the Federal Emergency Management Agency and the state of California through the Governor's Office of Emergency Services. While walk-ups are allowed, officials recommend making an appointment before showing up. The Port of LA in San Pedro is also letting the community know there are still plenty of vaccine appointments available for this Saturday, April 10th. LA County Supervisor Janice Hahn tweeted that the curative vaccination site is welcoming anyone eligible to receive the one-dose Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Now, if you're looking for something closer to home, you can get online and check out vaccinefinder.org. Type in your zip code and you'll see a number of providers within a 25-mile radius of your zip code. In Torrance, vaccine appointments were available at the Rite Aid, Walgreens, Ralph's, and CVS. The website says they update daily on the vaccine availability at these locations. This site is operated by Boston Children's Hospital and supported by the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and the U.S. Digital Service. Los Angeles County public health officials are urging anyone who is eligible for the COVID-19 vaccine to get one, as 5 major counties in the greater Los Angeles area are now all in the state's less restrictive orange tier. Officials say it's especially urgent to get vaccinated before the more contagious variants of the virus become more prevalent in the county. The county's chief science officer says we are in a critical race to get as many people as possible vaccinated before the coronavirus variants gain a deeper foothold in the community. The county has already detected variants originating in Brazil, United Kingdom, and South Africa. Officials say while they have vaccinated about 3 million people with at least the first dose shot throughout the county, they say they need to at least double that number over the next several months. The National Basketball Association is turning to technology to help get more fans back in the arenas. The NBA announced a new leadership partnership that will bring COVID-19 health screening technology to all 30 teams and their facilities. In an effort to welcome back more fans throughout the U.S., the biometric screening company Clear, which is already in place at several airports and stadiums nationwide, will allow NBA teams to use its Health Pass mobile program. This technology offers a combination of COVID-19 health-related information, such as test results and individuals' vaccination record, to help reduce public health risk in large arenas. And while teams are not required to use this program, a third of the league's teams already use Clear's Health Pass technology for their employee or fan safety protocols. Health Pass is used by several other organizations, such as teams across Major League Sports, MGM Resorts, and the state of Hawaii. As more COVID restrictions lift throughout the U.S., travel is starting to pick up once again. And the next time you book a flight, you may want to read the fine print, as many airlines are bringing back some of their pre-pandemic booking policies on their most inexpensive seats. While airline executives said early in the pandemic that change fees would be permanently gone, the fee changes will only be applied to those no-frills basic economy seats. American Airlines announced they will stop offering travel vouchers and start charging rebooking fees for those who want to change their flights. United also made the same announcement that starting next month, they will start charging change fees once again and will allow customers until April 20th to the 22nd to use travel vouchers they already have. Pandemic waivers on Frontier, Spirit, United, Alaska, Hawaiian, and Delta are all due to expire on April 30th. Travel industry experts say to read the fine print on the type of airline ticket you're buying, and if there's a chance your travel plans may change, consider buying a full-fare ticket that offers more flexibility. Speaking of travel, one cruise line is asking the federal government to allow sailing once again in the U.S. to passengers that are vaccinated. Norwegian Cruise Line is asking the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention to allow sailing to return on July 4th and are willing to require all passengers and staff to be fully inoculated before setting sail. Norwegian sent a letter this week to the CDC with their proposal. This is the first major American cruise line to lay out plans for their return. The cruising industry has been one of the hardest hit since they haven't been able to sail to or from a U.S. port in more than a year. While other industries in travel and hospitality are beginning to show signs of a rebound with the return of visitors and travelers, the cruise industry has been stuck without a clear sign of when they'll be back in business. Norwegian said their plan includes requiring vaccinations for everyone on a ship at least 2 weeks prior to sailing. The CDC released guidance last week on how it expects to allow a resumption of sailing, suggesting required vaccinations for all on board and asking to see a simulated voyage that will allow crew and port personnel to practice new COVID-19 operational procedures with volunteers before sailing with passengers. Norwegian, Carnival, and Royal Caribbean all suffered massive losses last year, totaling $6.8 billion between the three companies. President Joe Biden made a big announcement today addressing gun violence across the nation. The president introduced half a dozen executive actions, his first gun control measures since taking office. The changes include reviewing federal policy surrounding ghost guns, handmade or self-assembled firearms that don't include serial numbers, and the use of stabilizing braces on pistols. A modification that turns the weapon into a short-barreled rifle. President Biden emphasized that his recommendations do not infringe on Second Amendment rights. He said he wants ghost gun kits to be treated as firearms and have key parts labeled with serial numbers, and he wants pistols that are modified to be more dangerous to be subject to the National Firearms Act, forcing owners to register and pay a fee for the modifications. President Biden says the idea that we have so many people dying every single day from gun violence in America is a blemish on our character as a nation. The president made a pledge last month to take what he termed immediate common sense steps to address gun violence after a series of mass shootings drew renewed attention to the issue. Biden called on Congress to act and asked the Senate to take up House-passed measures closing background check loopholes. He also said Congress should pass the Violence Against Women Act, eliminate legal exemptions for gun manufacturers, and ban assault weapons and high-capacity magazines. His announcement came the same day yet another shooting took place, this one in South Carolina, where 5 people were killed. April marks Parkinson's Awareness Month, the time dedicated to bring attention to the neurodegenerative disorder. Symptoms generally develop slowly over years, with the progression varying from one person to the next due to the diversity of the disease. People with PD may experience tremors, mainly at rest, limb rigidity, and balance issues. While the cause is largely unknown and there is no cure, treatment options vary and include medication and surgery. Parkinson's itself is not a fatal disease, but it can create serious complications. The CDC ranked complications from Parkinson's as the 14th cause of death in the U.S. To learn more, go to parkinsons.org. Target announced plans to spend more than $2 billion in black-owned businesses over the next 4 years. Target says they will add more than 500 black-owned brands to its shelves or website by 2025, hire more black-owned advertising firms, and also plan to create a program called Forward Founders for early-stage startups led by black entrepreneurs to help them develop, test, and scale products to sell at mass retailers like Target. Target says its beauty category, they currently have 50 Black-owned and Black-founded brands on their shelves, but would like to add more for other kinds of merchandise. They've also committed to increasing Black representation in its workforce by 20% over the next 3 years. Target joins a number of other major retailers like Nike, Walmart, and Ulta Beauty, who have committed to rolling out their own racial equity pledges, such as featuring more Black people in their ads and reducing the number of police or security in stores. Unemployment numbers continue to grow as Americans applying for new benefits rose last week to 744,000. Economists say this could mean that employers are still not bringing back the workforce despite more economies reopening. The U.S. Labor Department's latest report shows that applications actually increased by 16,000 from 728,000 a week ago. Now, while the jobless claims have significantly declined since the beginning of the pandemic last March, the numbers continue to remain historically high. As of the last week in March, more than 3.7 million people were receiving traditional state unemployment benefits. During the month of March, employers added 916,000 new jobs, the most since August 2020. Well, as we wrap up this week, be sure to tune in to Weekends in Torrance beginning Friday right here on Citi Cable. New episodes air at 2 p.m. tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. Find out what's blooming at the Torrance Madrona Marsh. We'll take you inside the gates of this unique vernal wetland. From bird watching to finding more than 50 non-native species on site, there's lots to do on a self-guided walk. Then, as more of the economy opens up and events begin to book again, be sure to check out the Torrance Cultural Arts Center as an option. We'll show you all of the safety protocols now in place to ensure a fun and safe event. And if you have a little one at home, and you're wondering if your child's car seat is installed properly, we'll walk you through the steps. We want to protect the kids. These stories and much more kick off tomorrow at 2 p.m. You can find us on Spectrum Cable Channel 3, Verizon Fios Channel 31, streaming on our website as well as on YouTube. Well, before we go, at the end of each program, we like to share feel-good stories from our community, pictures, images, and videos that remind us of how resilient our community is and how Torrance truly cares. Beginning today, the city launches the Mayor's Earth Day Bingo Challenge. In honor of the upcoming April 22nd global observance, the Bingo Challenge is full of eco-friendly activities and actions that will help save energy and keep our Earth clean. You'll find free Torrance Living Green reusable bags available throughout the challenge at the new California Welcome Center at the Lamo Fashion Center, the Torrance Farmers Market, as well as the Torrance Antique Fair while supplies last. Earth Day Bingo runs from today through April 30th. The first person to fill out the entire card will receive a Torrance Monopoly game. You can go online to torranceca.gov/Earth Day and print out the bingo card to get started. What a great way to show how we all care for this community. Now, if you have a great story, upcoming event, a photo, or video you'd like to share, email us at COVID19today@torranceca.gov. We'd love to hear from you. Well, that's our update for COVID-19 today. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you right back here on Monday as Leslie Robbins brings you the latest. Be safe, stay healthy, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.